Hello, Awifians. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you all. Wherever you may be in the world, I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic start to the week. My name is Lilian Mola. If this is the very first time you're catching me live, I am the founder and CEO of the African Women's Economic and Entrepreneurship Forum, the place where we challenge the status quo for economic advancement of African women worldwide. Today's conversation, I know we are gradually getting to the end of the year, and I'm beginning to touch on difficult subjects. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Please choose the platform that suits you best. But do me a favor. Share this live stream with your family and friends. Share this live stream with people who matter the most to you. Because it's a conversation that we should be having, irrespective of what might come up, irrespective of what our opinions are, and irrespective of where we stand, where we are in our journey right now. We are talking about money trauma. Our culture, our African culture, wants us to stay humble, kind, faithful, and most of all, poor. Because we think money is the root of all evil. We think money is going to make us change. We think money is really a big problem. Yet, we run to people who have money. But now, let's be perfectly clear here. What is the role of women when we start talking about money? Today's quote, which might help us understand the difficulties that we face with money and the dishonesty that we are putting out there, not only to the world, but to ourselves and to the next generation, is hilarious. I will not be making friends with this discussion. I know that, but I'm not begging for one either, because the people who love me do love me. Those who walk down this road with me, this journey with me, they will do that because they see the truth and the change that we really want to make in the African community. Let me just take a comment to begin with. We have, good evening, hello, yay, how are you? How are you? I hope you're well, I hope you're safe. The role of women in money matter, absolutely. And we really have to talk about it. So please share this live stream out with your family and friends. We're also on Instagram, if that's your preferred platform. We're on Facebook and YouTube as well. You will be surprised by how much our childhood is holding us back. You will be surprised by the people who were meant to love us and now the obstacles. I am not criticizing any parent. I am not criticizing any culture. I'm asking questions. And if it resonates with you, it means you've moved from one place to the next. You are towards your own growth. And I'm just here to help. I am well and safe, ma'am. Oh, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I'm safe as well. But please continue because it's going to get worse as per statistics. Today's quote is, vulnerability is our defense against shame. Our culture prevents us from being vulnerable, being ashamed. We show the side of being strong and resilient. But when we talk of trauma, we talk of something that happened to us as kids. Yet we are expected to grow as adults, strong adults, resilient, and we're expected to suppress those things that made us shameful, or that keep us shameful, or that makes us think we are not capable enough. I would really want to share something interesting with you today. When we talk of money trauma, when we talk of any sort of trauma, any kind, we are all moving back to our childhood. I'm not saying we should dwell there. We each have a story. But when this story becomes an obstacle to development, when this story becomes a hindrance to the next generation, then we have to talk about it in the positive sense. Yet, we have to go down where it hurts. If not, there is no progress. So, African women's money trauma. When any parent has not dealt with their own trauma, when any parent has not put an end to their own story and give the next generation a chance, then trauma is created. So look at this for a minute. When a parent does not resolve an issue in their life, their children would unconsciously take on that story and feel like they are betraying the parent if they abandon it. I want each one of us to look at this statement today and think about it. How many times do we humble ourselves? How many times do we hold ourselves back thinking, oh, I don't want to hurt my parents, my grandparents? How many times do we struggle with the truth, knowing that we are doing it not because it's really the truth, we are doing it because we do not want our parents to be hurt? How many times have we sacrificed? Because if we show that we have kind of left that clan, that we've kind of evolved, then they won't love us anymore. Then we've lost track. So we try as much as possible to stay within so we don't hurt our parents. Because our parents suffered a lot for us. We have no right to be financially free, to live in beautiful houses, because it hurts them. It hurts us to see that we are better off than they are. This is where the trauma is. I will move this because I have to read. So for those of you on Instagram, I'm so sorry. If women have their own money, it will actually go a long way in coupling domestic violence, because once you have money and a spouse meets out inhuman treatment to you, you can take a walk and then consequences. Absolutely. I completely agree with this. But not many women have that courage to go become financially free. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you so much. And all my condolences to you. It's a difficult time and we are thinking of you. We're praying for you. We're praying for you for strength and for peace in your family. How often do women accept the possibility of being helped, of being offered opportunities to take that chance to become financially free? How often do they accept that offer? Not very often, because we are afraid, we are uncomfortable with this success that was unexpected, that our parents did not wish for us. Not in a bad way, but you were born in this home with this difficulty. How dare you go above that? We feel guilty. I'm talking to myself. When you become more than what you were expected to be, more than what the others are, it becomes a problem to many. It's time to revisit what is holding us back. It's time. Some of the times we say it's generational curse and everything. Yes, Because we are afraid, we stay small. We do not dare to take the leap of faith towards something big. Because what will people think? At one point, they are happy and they are proud. And the other point, you're being pointed fingers. It's a difficult place to be in. I completely agree with you. But is this what it should be? Is this what the next generation deserves? So as we go down this road, I want you to think about what difference your success might bring to your community. The more people, the easier it is for the other generation to understand. But many of us are going to get hurt. So let's see what Miria says. African women have to liberate themselves from financial trauma. African society forces them to be. Absolutely. You don't have to be afraid. Because if you do it with love and compassion, one by one, when many women start getting out of this shameful situation or this uncomfortable situation, thinking, oh, I don't have the right to do this. I don't have the right. Who am I? Who am I to do this or to be this? Then you have more women coming out of this situation. Boils down to what you were talking about. It's like a conversational generational inbuilt default system where we just sit to endure and stay humble so people won't judge us. Exactly. Sometimes you're called being aggressive, you're being called the bad child because you want more. But think about it. I'd rather be called the bad child and give my own children freedom. Because anyway, I'm the bad child. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. Since I'm the bad child, but I don't want to be a bad mother. I don't want to be a bad grandma. This is when you start making those shifts. Because somewhere something has to happen. Change has to happen. And it's not your fault. It's not their fault. It's a matter of education and enlightenment. That's why this platform, I believe, is a powerful one for us to talk about all of these things that we do not dare to talk about it in families. You have to choose at one point. It's a very painful situation to be in, very painful place to be in, but you've got to choose. That loving daughter, that loving child, terrible mother, terrible grandma, you have to choose. My choice is made. My choice is made. And I hope that I come here, that I open this platform to you all to be a support system that you know you can always come back to. So as we gradually go through this journey of healing our traumas, trying as much as we can not to fail our parents, not to anger our parents, not to hurt our parents. As much as we try to do that, it's time for us to ask ourselves the right questions. What you want to be, like I said before. So I'll really encourage you. You're thinking now, okay, you've said this. Now, yes, we really want to feel good in our houses, good in where we are, and good in the success that we've built. So how do we go about this? And this is my advice to you. You will not find many situations to help you out of this. Not in the African community. There are not many, but there are. So I encourage each one of you to find the courage to speak out to someone who will hold the space for you so you can start healing. It's a trauma. It's not like going to buy baguette. It's a trauma. But there are also people who have come out of this trauma. There are many of them, many women that have made that choice, and they are holding spaces for other people. Find one. Let Awiv be another one. Find a place for yourself where people can hold the space for you so you can speak out how you feel, what your dreams are, and where you want to go. And if you're already successful, I hope you find someone whom you can just share the beauty of coming out of that trauma. It's not an easy road, it's not an easy task, but the conversation has begun. I'm truly grateful for you all, Muriel, Fear Strategies, who is here with me today, and to those who will be watching live and commenting afterwards, or those who will be watching as a replay and commenting afterwards. It's a very painful process to be in. I have been there. It's a very painful process. But when you come out of that place, you not only gain respect for yourself, but you've liberated generations after. Generations after you. And we know when we make this shift, life will never be the same again. We may make mistakes, but life will never be the same again. Like I tell my children, you've paid enough. I want to hang in here as long as I can to help you with all those things that I did not get help with. I don't want to struggle. I don't want you to struggle for money. I want you to stay peaceful, be kind to yourself and others. So I hope if one day they become successful, that you all will hold the space for me, that I'm not jealous of them. That's my wish. Hold the space for me. Hold the space for me, and I will do the same for you. Take your children one step further. Break this cycle. Break this cycle of trauma that we have in Africa, among African community. We call ourselves the generous community, but we so much destroy ourselves. It's amazing. Until you start doing the work, then you realize, oh, seriously? Seriously? So please help me. Be with me. Be with others. Be that space that we all need today. I need you. You need me. So our children can be better than us. Look at where we are today. Look at who we are. We have telephones in our hands. We have mobile phones. We can make calls. We can do live streams. Don't you want something better for them? Even better than you have. So be that space that we all need today. And think of this. When a parent has not resolved an issue in their lifetime, their children will unconsciously take on that story and feel like they are betraying the parent if they abandon it. So if I tell my kids, money doesn't fall from tree, we don't have money, you have to be careful, money. When they grow up, they will do their possible best to shrink, because money doesn't grow on trees. Money is not everywhere. And because mama said so. And we have two generations camping on the same problems. Here on this platform, we want to hold the space so that you've camped enough. The next one can fly. That's my wish. Please hold the space for somebody around you. Hold the space for people on this platform. I do not want to fly alone. My children cannot be the only one. And those of you supporting this platform, bring in as many people as you can so we can support each other. I have comments. Hello, sis Harriet. Hello. What's your opinion on this topic? Thanks for coming out. It's not easy. It's not easy. I can tell you it's been hell. It's still hell. Because you, at one point, let go of people that you shouldn't have or that you should not, just because of trauma. And there are many, many, many different kinds of trauma. Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. It is painful. Coach, a lady who actually made the bold step to speak out. I absolutely believe the time will come when African women will boldly take up their place and not mind who else will. Exactly. Exactly. The conversation has begun. It is a very painful place to be in, but we cannot avoid it. It's inevitable. If we want to make any change, rather than pointing fingers all the time to men and how they are this, they are that, we have to look at ourselves. We women, what's the space that we hold for one another? Can I just call you and say, I'm not feeling well? Can we just talk? Will you do that for me? We say the African community is helpful. Let's go back to the truth and see what we do in this clown. How honest are people? How many times do we hear mothers telling their children, but what do you think it is? It's not that easy. I suffered, but hell, you haven't suffered enough. You have to go through hell. If you love your child, why would you want a child to go through that? Why don't you set them free? Why don't you show them that this is where I failed? I suffered here, but I don't want to see you there. Please run. Run for your life. Really, while creating space for women, let's break the shame, because it's a matter of shame. It's a matter of shame, and because what will people think? What will your parents think? Who do you think you are? You came from this womb. Where do you want to go? You will come back here and meet me in this poverty. That's how we break the next generation. That's what has been going on. Even in this famous clan that we have among women, look closely. We are destroying ourselves. We are destroying ourselves. And until we stand up and make that difference, until we stand up and think, oh, you know what? My dad was this, but I do not have to carry that story with me. His life was an example to a certain point. Now I have to go beyond that. That's how we educate our children. That's how we set them free. My dear, I could do it up to this certain point, because at my time, it wasn't possible or easy to go any further. But I know you can do better. I know you will go further. This is how I did it. This is how painful it was. But you can do better. Let's hold space for each one another. Let's be honest with our childhood memories and handovers. I call it handover. I love to call it handover. I don't know why, but. And also, let's keep in mind that whatever issue that was not resolved by our parents, we should not carry it on. We are not betraying them. And we as parents, if we try to say stop today, my mom's life is not my life, I deserve better and more, then you're automatically giving the liberty to the next generation to do better. Is this not a way to build a stronger Africa? Is this not a way to build better women? Is this not a way to be confident in ourselves so we can better confront the men and talk from human to human? Instead of thinking more education is better, they have to go to school. Why don't we start speaking the truth at home? Before you let that girl child go to school to make herself beautiful and marry a rich man, Why don't you tell her your struggles? And when you tell the struggles, not to bring her down to think you were so strong and so intelligent, how you did this, did that, but instead trying to tell them it was a tough journey. But because I came up to this point, you have the liberty to go even further. We need one another. We need one another. I think we've seen this comment before. And it's okay to be vulnerable. Not in Africa. In Africa, we have to be strong. But that's what breaks us. That's what breaks us. So how can we be support system for one another? How can we be a change that we want to see in this world? How can we change Africa without thinking for only what the white people did to us about going to school, get the education? You go to school, you get the education, it's a good thing. You come out of the school with the education and you have no job. What is the point? How many times have we seen many people go to school, get education, and they're still useless? Excuse me for the word. What about the emotional intelligence behind? What about the trauma that we all have gone through? How can we change this? The conversation is open. I will be that support system. I will hold the space for you. Please come up. Let's build many more women. Let's build this platform, this society, the community that we need for ourselves. Muriel, I need you. Harriet, I need you. Cordelia, I need you. Fear Strategies, I need you. You all are my strength and you're holding this space for me. Can we extend this? Can we take this further? I need you all. You're a valuable member to this community, but to Africa at large. It's a very painful process to go through. When I was putting this together today, I had all these memories that came back, and the tears were just rolling down my cheeks. It's okay for them to roll down my cheeks if it helps somebody else. We need to be honest with ourselves. I know this is social media, but you know where to find me. You know where to find the faithful people who have been here. You don't need me to introduce you to them. But if you do, I'm here to do that. We need each other. If we want to make change in Africa, we've got to look at ourselves. There is a famous proverb that when you point somebody one finger, there's 4 pointing back at you. And my journey on this platform is to look at those fingers that are pointing at me. How have I wronged you? What have I said that triggered something that you didn't like? Please tell me. I'm willing to say sorry, and I'm willing to say, this is what I meant. And if also I cut links, it's also because sometimes it's necessary for your growth and mine. Sometimes you cannot avoid it. So I hope you found some value in this live stream. I hope it was beneficial to you. I'm grateful for you all. So grateful. And let's see what next year brings to us. Last week, we talked about what you should be doing with your money. I said you should hold on a little bit, create the collaborations that you want. But some are so eager to invest because things are less expensive. Stocks are going down. Yeah, so there's an option for you to invest slowly. And this week we are talking about How and where did our money trauma comes from? Take good care of yourself. You're loved. You're loved more than you know. Exactly. Let's hold space for each other. I'm here if you need me. Send me a message. Send Harriet a message. Cordelia, Mireille, we are here for you. This is a community where we can count on each other. I believe in you, and I know you believe in me. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for all the comments. I hope to that we can continue this conversation this week. I have one more comment. Let's feed Africa. Let's buy land and feed nations. Tell us where the land is. We have land project in Kenya. We are now going to Gambia. Tell us where the land is. We are looking to invest. We are looking to invest. We women are looking to invest. So tell us where the land is. Contact me. We will investigate and we shall do the best collectively. We are going to be doing things collectively. So yes, that was it for today. I hope you found some value in this live stream. I hope you are going to make that little shift. It's going to be painful, but you have sisters here. Don't let your children go through what you are going through right now. And don't think you were so strong and the pain was so painful for you. It was so painful for you that they must go through the same pain. If it was really painful for you, can you make it easier for them? That's how we heal from our traumas. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure spending these few minutes with you. I will be with you again tomorrow. And hopefully my ideas for tomorrow will not be too hurtful. I care about you. I really do. I do. And together we are going to make the difference in our lives, in the lives of the next generation. Do take care. My name is Lillian Mole, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.